Hi, my name is Justin Jones, and my co-host is David Dugan.
What's up, guys?
We're the Unknown Life podcast. We talk about our entrepreneurial ventures, corporate finance, news about the luxurious lifestyle, and real estate. And today we are going to talk about cars that should be coming out this year, Jeff Bezos' personal real estate portfolio, and Bumble's IPO. And for cars, the first one is going to be the Porsche 718 Cayman Gt4 Rs. It is off the 2020 718 Cayman, but it's going to be more track-like, and let's get right into it. So it's going to be just more race suspension, carbon ceramic brakes, and what the special things are about it is like the big wing, the diffuser.
I love the big wing in the back. I think if it didn't have the big wing, I would not like it as much as I do. Um, yeah, some people hate big wings, but
Oh, yeah.
I think it looks sick.
It's kind of like the wing on the Huracan Performante, I think, where
Yeah,
it's
it
got
looks
like
very
where it
similar.
comes over on the top of the
Yeah,
back of it. It just looks so good. Then also, so it's going to be
mounts to
zero
the
to,
body, then it mounts to the top of the wing.
mhm. So the 0 to 60 is 4 seconds. The top speed is 190 miles an hour.
What's interesting is it's a flat six, um, 4 liter flat six.
Do you know what a
I would
flat six
assume,
is?
yeah, it's pretty much just a straight six. It's what I got.
Oh,
I believe so, right?
I think you have a I6. Oh wait, no, that's an I4, I think.
I thought they call flat sixes just like they
Or
do
inline.
inline six is the same thing as a flat. Is it really? Okay, hold up. Flat six versus inline six. We're gonna look this up. I'm gonna look this up. I'm uneducated.
Let's learn some.
Flat six is a V engine with the V at 180 degrees. There are 3 cylinders on one side of the crankshaft, 3 cylinders on the other side.
I have no clue about mechanical engineering.
Okay, so basically a flat six, an inline six, the pistons all fire directly up, right?
Yeah,
So like my car, you got 6 in a row, they fire directly up. Then you got a V6, which is they make a wide V, right? And
yeah.
then the flat six, they come together and they're kind of in between. They're not directly up and they're not in the shape of a V. They're kind of more like you could say like the top of a Y. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah,
it's a really small the V, the ends come together. So like
compact.
exactly. So I find that that's interesting because typically they don't. I never hear of flat six motors being used. Typically, it's always inline six or V6. But I guess they wanted to make it more compact. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the reasoning is for that.
Yeah,
Got
just
that
like
in there. It's a
the difference between the just the 718 GT4
mhm.
and the 718 GT4 RS is just like so much.
I mean, at a like at first glance, it's just a huge drastic difference. Even though some of the things are subtle, like the GT 4 has this a nice big spoiler on it, but the GT4 RS, the spoiler is just so much more aggressive.
Yeah,
Even though it's not like it's got a whole bunch of these extra like features and stuff. It's just like the small changes that they made just completely makes it look so much more aggressive.
yeah. And I saw like pictures of the 992
Hmm.
GT4 3RS, and it's got like the same exact wing, and it looks just as good as the 718
This one,
GT4RS.
this is going to cost $125,000.
I was thinking that's a little expensive, I thought.
Well, no, really, I don't think so. Not for a an RS like the typically like the
Yeah,
GT3 RS and stuff like that. Like I thought
those
those were
are,
like 200.
yeah, I think
Were they
they are
200?
like 270, I think. But
I'm not.
I mean, Porsches are just expensive in general.
That's true. It is a Porsche or Porsche, however you
Porsche,
say it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
0 to 60 in 4 seconds at 440 horsepower, 6-speed manual. Now, do they only come in manual?
I'm not sure. I mean, I would want it. Well, when car companies say manual, they mean stick, right?
Yeah. But then again, sometimes they say select automatic, meaning
Yeah,
like you can select the gears like as if it were a manual, but it's still automatic, but you don't have like the shifter.
yeah.
Uh,
Because personally, I like paddles. What do you like, David?
yeah.
You like paddles?
Um, I'm gonna say the paddles are nice, but I do prefer like the manual like stick shift. Like I can swap gears, press the clutch, and
Yeah,
it is more fun. It's not practical.
yeah. Is your
I'd
BMW
say if you're
stick?
no, the Mustang is that's stick, but the BMW is not. So
Yeah,
I learned to drive on the Mustang, and that's fun.
nice. Hmm.
But I do prefer stick shift. But I honestly, if you were racing on a track, then paddles, I would say probably. So
Yeah,
I do think more and more people, especially as everyone gets older, and the people who grew up only having stick shift cars start to kind of fade away from the car scene. More and more people, you can already see, no, they never make manual cars anymore. So the
yeah.
paddles are the way to go.
Because also, like, you see things for like car guys hating on people that like drive like paddles because
Yeah,
it's not an automatic, it's not a stick shift.
it's not manual.
It's literally so. I'm like, I
I
just
mean,
don't
I,
see why.
I, I understand, but at the same time, there's no need to hate on everyone.
Yeah,
That's my thing. Now let's see. The interior's got to be crazy on these all
yeah.
Alcantara
It's got
carbon
that
fiber seats.
yeah, it's got that roll cage for the track.
Now that's optional, right? So you don't.
I think that's part of the Club Sport package that comes with the
Okay,
GT3 RS with the RS badge.
interesting.
Because I mean, Alcantara is so nice.
I've been seeing more and more luxury cars. They all do the Alcantara. And it's just so see more and more people trying to copy it and get it reupholstered themselves on their
Yeah.
Civics and just your everyday car just because it's so popular. It looks so
Yeah.
nice.
Isn't Alcantara just suede?
Pretty much. I think it's a more expensive version of suede.
Oh,
Really,
yeah. All
my
right.
buddy does the reupholsteries on them, stuff like that. And gets
Oh,
everyone comes in doing suede or Alcantara.
nice. So the next car will be the 2022 Audi e-tron GT and GT RS. Now, David, do you think this thing will be able to compete with the Porsche Taycan and Tesla? I mean, it does look pretty good.
Oh, it looks amazing. I would take that any day over a Tesla. I would take now, maybe not. I don't know. See, the Porsche Taycan looks pretty cool too. So that's gonna be difficult. I definitely think this is obviously with the price range. I mean, this thing's sitting at 100 grand, just about starting.
Yeah,
Um, and then if you want the RS, the GT RS, it's gonna be 140. So like, you really, it's so far out the price range where
I know.
Tesla's at,
That's the
and
one
that's.
thing is the
But
price.
I can almost guarantee if you did buy a Tesla and put it right next to one of these, that this would overall probably perform better. Just because now I don't know, are they gonna have some sort of a automatic driving feature such as Teslas, or
I didn't see that at all when I was looking at it or anything.
okay?
So
I
I
mean
think
that
it's just the electric switching over to
yeah,
electric motors.
yeah, I'm not a fan of that, but either way, it's still like the car looks amazing. I can
Yeah,
almost guarantee you it's going to handle better because Tesla's really just they're really just a technology company.
yeah,
They're not so much like, I mean, people complain about like just them getting the paint on their cars correct and stuff like that.
Yeah.
door panel gaps. Not to say it's not a great car, it is, but I just don't think it would handle like this, especially with the price range. You should be getting a lot more for 100 grand versus your average Tesla, which is what are they, 50? I think, or
No,
40, 40,
I
50?
mean, you can get the Model 3 for like 30, and but then you like, I mean, the Ludicrous or the Model X P100Ds are like 140. But I mean, it is. I mean, it's pretty close for the GTRS compared to the P100Ds
Yeah,
with the 360 in the price, or the 0 to 60 and the price of it.
3100Ds are like how much? Aren't they almost 100 grand?
They're 140,
140. Okay,
147, I think they start at.
Jesus. So this pretty much matches up with the P1000T.
Yeah. But I feel like also the top speed, it's only 155 miles an hour for
My,
a 0 to 60 of 3.1 on the GTRS.
so if you get the GT, it's 152. But if you get the GT3 RS, your top speed goes up by 3 miles an hour.
But the 0 to 60 is 0.8 quicker.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why it's that small of a gap. Like the 0 to 60 is way quicker, but like your top speed goes an extra 3 miles.
And that's still so slow for like
That is very
a
slow.
3 point, pretty much a 3 second 0 to 60.
Yeah. I mean that's most electric motors, I believe. It's just they don't have the top end, they got that acceleration and that's it. There's no really um overall speed. It's
Yeah.
just that quick 0 to 60, that quick acceleration.
See, but like the interior, I mean, like the no one competes with Tesla like on their dashboards and their touchscreens.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
See, like
It's
it's just so. I mean, it's pretty big for everything else, but Tesla is just a lot bigger.
it's just it's so simple. There's nothing there really. It's just a big iPad.
Yeah,
And that's what makes it look modern and futuristic and more advanced. Whereas I'm looking at this and it's not for the GT and GTRS, it's not as like I'm not sure. It looks expensive personally. It looks like
I,
slightly luxurious, but
I don't like
I
that steering wheel.
no, it's a
That
very
steering
weird
wheel,
shape.
and also I just don't like that fabric where it's got like the holes in it.
Like the
I don't think. I
I
think
forget
it's
what it's
leather.
called.
It's not leather.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact name of that is called, but it's
It just looks
uh,
cheap for when you're paying like 125 grand
yeah.
around that. You
You
don't
got to
want
be
that
paying
type of
just for
steering wheel.
the technology,
Yeah.
really. Now, what is this? It's got rear
Yeah, rear wheel
wheel.
steering. So like both axes turn with the wheel, so you like can hold corners better and have more have a wider angle that you can turn around.
So let me get this straight. The rear wheels. Has this been done on any other car?
It's going to be on the 2022 like S class and E and C class.
The Mercedes.
Yeah.
So, but as of right now, there's nothing out there with a rear wheel steering.
I'm not sure.
I don't think there is. I've heard of it, but I've never
I think
seen
it's been
it
on a
done.
Lamborghini.
That's just crazy to me that they can. I mean,
It is pretty crazy though, because like it makes it's super good. It makes parking a lot better.
yeah,
You can hold corners better.
your turn radius is just so
Yeah.
much.
So Ferrari has rear steer models on the GTC4 Lusso
Mhm.
and the 812 Super Fast. I mean,
So it's been done before, obviously.
yeah.
It looks like it's in is it in the A8?
In what?
The A8, the Audi A8.
I mean, maybe. That's what it's the same chassis. No, it's the same chassis as the Taycan, which you can kind of see the similarity in it.
Yeah, it does. It's got a similar shape.
Like in the hood, you can kind of see it. I feel like in the front
Okay,
part of it.
there's a list right here. Oh, the Lamborghini Urus has rear wheel steering. The Porsche 911 GT3, the BMW 850 CSI, Honda Prelude, um, Exos
Honda's got
9.
rear
What
wheel
is?
steering.
Yeah, on the Prelude. That's weird.
Which one is that?
Uh, you know what?
I've never heard of a Honda Prelude.
Prelude back in 2001.
Oh my god.
It's old, yeah. I was gonna say, pretty sure.
Oh,
Oh,
that thing is ugly.
yeah,
Oh my god. Ooh, back in them
yeah.
2000 days.
It's got rear wheel steering. That's crazy.
I don't know how much more expensive it is for the manufacturer, but I would
Oh, it's
totally pay for it.
for rear wheel steering.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got it. I know it's expensive. There's no way it's not because the
yeah.
components involved in it. Yeah, I mean, there's so much that goes on in the suspension. Now you got to add extra control. I mean, I believe you have to. You need more control arms, and then
Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure on how the full suspension works. I know the basics, but now when
yeah.
it comes to steering.
And the range is so low for it.
So, like, I think it's going to compete with in the electric car space, but I don't think it's going to beat the popularity of Tesla because
Yeah,
it's such you're not getting a ton for what you're paying, but you
yeah,
are going to be getting like I know that thing's got to drive nice. Audis typically drive very nice. Most German cars do.
yeah.
Um, so there's no way I can't see this driving much better than a Tesla. But
Because
it's just
how? Keep on
go
going.
ahead.
Sorry. Never mind. Keep on.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work because you're you're just there's no range. It's a very very low range, and I mean maybe they might have options to have bigger batteries.
Oh wait, David. So
What's up?
I forgot. So the charging on it,
Mhm.
it's like 0 to 80% in like 15 minutes, 15 or 30 minutes.
Well, that's where they got
Yeah, so
it.
that's where it's going
Okay.
good.
Well, never mind then. I
But
think
I mean,
Tesla does have
yeah, Tesla's stepping up their charging game as
they've
well.
got their fast chargers too, so or their superchargers. But I don't.
Superchargers,
It's not that fast. I don't think. I think it's still like an hour.
like 45 minutes for a full charge. But also you get a lot more range on a Tesla, I think.
Tesla supercharge miles per minute. We're gonna look that up. 15 miles per minute.
Damn.
So if you want your full, say you got a 300-mile thing, that would be 20 minutes. Is that right? That's not. There's no way. It'd be 20 minutes, and you'd be at 300 miles with the charge. A Tesla supercharger does 1,000 miles per hour. Yeah, per hour.
Per hour, so
1,000 miles of
it'd
range
be
per hour.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could do a full charge in like half an hour then.
yeah.
But also, it's going to be like, where are you going to be able to charge your car? Because I'm sure Tesla isn't
Well,
going to allow them to charge on there. And I mean, people are building more like EV stations, but
yeah.
still, it's very small if you're not going
I
to be able to use Tesla.
well, Tesla's everywhere now. So now Audi's gonna have, and I can't see them putting stations up everywhere for a car that costs this much. There's no way they're gonna make it that readily available in such a limited car. Like, you're not gonna see a ton of these on the road.
Yeah. I mean, I like it, but for the price, I don't see that why it's worth it.
I don't either. I do see it being a better overall. This particular model being better than the Tesla itself as in handling and driving and that stuff, but I don't see it competing with it. I don't initially. I was like, oh yeah, this might actually, be something Tesla might have to worry about. And then you see the price, and then you see the range, and then you see the top speed, and then the interior is not that great. But like, other than that, I think the only thing this car is going to have is a good, good amount of people who have the, I guess, this, big following for Audi. There are plenty of Audi fanboys, just like there are for every other car brand manufacturer.
Yeah.
You're going to
Like,
have all those. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just thought about it. You can get a Audi R8 for like the same price as this almost. Like a 2020 Audi R8. I
Yeah.
think they're like 160. But then there's like such a difference in an Audi R8 and the
And
GT RS.
this, yeah, you're really paying. I think you're paying for early access to an all electric vehicle.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be one of their first all
So
electrics,
everyone's
and you're
just switching.
and yeah, you're kind of paying for that switch. You're going to be the experiment really, while they kind of make sure everything's where it needs to be. But
Yeah. It's a sad
anyways,
it's a sad thing to see electric cars becoming more popular. I'm fine with electric cars being more popular, but everyone's switching off of
yeah,
gas.
especially when I'm pretty sure diesel's more efficient. When
It
it comes
is.
to, yeah, from what I've heard, diesel cars run, because I mean, you gotta think electricity comes from what? Gas. And
Oil.
yeah, basically the same stuff gas is made out of.
Yeah.
And like, um I'm pretty sure diesels produce less emissions than electric does. Now the car itself doesn't produce emissions, but to create that electricity.
Yeah. Because like I'll literally pay any amount in the future to just drive an elect or a gas car.
Yeah,
Like, just
so
let
you
me
don't have to.
drive my law Ferrari, please.
I wonder how things will be. It might be, you might, as everyone changes to electric, I wonder if they might start taxing, because right now they give you tax benefits if you get an
Yeah.
electric car,
I
and
think it
if you're in
was
different states.
7,500. 7,500 for the this Audi.
Yeah, I can see them getting rid of the tax benefits and just taxing people who have gas cars.
I'll be totally fine for that.
Yeah,
I'm
would
like,
suck, but I
tax
mean
me
it would
as much
still.
as you want. Just let me drive it. I mean, that's what the future is going to be like eventually.
One of these days, very shortly,
Yeah. I mean,
a
like
couple more years. I'd give it less than 10 years, and
less than
most
10
of the cars
years.
will be way less than 10 years.
Because I know Bentley's going to be switching over to electric engines, but then also California is going to stop selling gas cars by 2030, or like they're not allowing any more new sold gas cars in California by 2035.
That's ridiculous. I don't see how that makes sense. Why can't you? Why, if someone wants to buy it, like just let them buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, at least put it like, if you're saying, oh, it's because of emissions, then just make them pay some sort of tax so they can still have the freedom, but that money goes towards something that saves emission. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
Where you kind of like
total sense.
you kind of trade off, just like Tesla. Um, I was talking about this with you last weekend. How they get their emissions credits and they sell their emissions credits to other companies, so they
Yeah.
don't have to be taxed. So like if you're an efficient business and you don't produce emissions, you get emissions credits and sell those to the businesses that need them, so they don't have to pay as much taxes because they produce more emissions. So like it's something similar where you're paying for a tax for the emissions that you're going to produce or whatever it is, and then just pay that tax but still be able to buy it. Like, don't ban it outright. You should still have the freedom of.
Yeah. Because I mean, I like some electric cars as like a daily.
Yeah, I think Teslas are great daily, especially if you live in the city and you have the self-driving.
Oh my God, that thing is so nice. I heard, I think it was on like TikTok or Instagram. This dude went like across the state and like he just had to touch the steering wheel when like for like the sensors to know that they were there, that he was there.
Yeah,
I mean, you want to just do anything
I would
while
love
auto
that.
drive is on.
Yeah, I would love that. I mean, granted, technically you're supposed to be paying attention to the road, but like if you could long highway driving or driving on the beltway, you don't have to worry about anything. That'd be so nice.
Yes.
Trips do take longer though. I will have to say that because you do have to stop and fill up at stations.
Yeah.
So that does suck. But other than that, it's a one-way trip and then you're there and it's, for me it's worth it. It seems worth it to me.
Totally worth it. All right, so next we are going to the real estate part of the podcast, and we are going to be talking about Jeff Bezos's $500 million real estate portfolio that are all of his houses around the country. Ah,
Imagine 500 million.
and
Just
I'm sure this
most
dude,
people don't even
what are you going to
go
say?
ahead.
I'm sure this dude
Now,
has, oh my God. I'm sure this dude has houses or like international houses as well.
oh, there's no way. I mean, he doesn't. Pretty sure a lot of rich people have international houses. Most people who have fairly large amounts of money like to travel. Now that's not all of them, but
Yeah.
obviously, if you got that much money, why not travel and see
Yeah,
the
why
world?
not travel? All right, so the first one in New York is Madison Square Park. And this is a $96 million apartment building. I mean,
It's huge.
New York real estate is, I mean, he closed on it at 16 million in 2020. David,
And
he bought the whole entire floor.
so wait. He closed on it in
April and then bought the rest of it, the floor, for 80 million.
So now it's 96 total.
Yeah. So he's
June
like,
2019, 21st, he bought 21st floor through. So he owns the whole thing,
wait, he owns the whole thing?
the whole apartment building.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hold up, wait, this was in 2019 though. His 2019 apartment spree.
That was a
Spree. Huh. Now does he rent it out? That's my question.
look at that oh, it's the 24-story building, yeah. Look at that kitchen or the bathroom with all that marble in it.
It's crazy.
I mean, the views of Central Park are impeccable.
I want to know how much it costs to rent out one of those apartments for a month, for a year, whatever it is. It's gotta be crazy.
If it's New York, it's going to be a lot. All right. And then the next one in New York is Lincoln Square. He owns 4 apartments in this apartment building worth $17.5 million. I mean, he's got to rent these out because,
He has to.
I
Why
mean,
would you own that many apartments and not? I mean, unless he's moving, hopping around.
I mean, you own one in Central Park and then go about like 20 blocks away, and you're at another I mean, because he owns the whole entire building, so he's got the whole building to himself, and he's got to rent the whole thing, the rest of it out. But also, like this the Lincoln Square one, that does not look like a nice building.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It's
It
like
just looks it
super old.
yeah, it looks very dated. But I'm thinking there's no way he doesn't. Imagine the money you'd make if he rented that out.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so then in Washington, D.C., he owns the Textile Museum, which is worth $23 million. Now this house or this museum looks nice.
Is it
Ooh,
not? Is it still functional?
it's an estate.
Just in a state. Interesting.
Oh, he bought it because he also it's like a package. You buy the Washington Post and then you gotta buy a $23 million house
Of course.
in Washington, D.C. because just gotta do it.
The
That's
thing is
20.
27,000 square feet.
But then also,
10 Go ahead.
and then I bet then the next one in DC is literally right across the street for $5
For
million.
5 million.
That's got to be for security guards.
4,800 square feet.
I mean,
Man,
that is some old classic like luxury stuff. Like look at all that blue and gold in the dining room.
yeah, you definitely don't see that anymore. And it's not like it's old and worn. It's
Yeah,
old,
it's
still like intact, like it still looks very, very luxurious.
yeah. I mean, just like it's crazy. A 700 bottle wine cellar.
Jeez.
That's pretty big, Nothing
Yeah.
nothing too small.
700 more than my wine cellar is.
Uh, let's see what limestone exterior, walk-in closets, balcony. I mean, you have to have security on you like 24/7 if you're Jeff Bezos.
I don't see how they don't. I mean, most celebrities walk around with security.
I mean, like I mean, the one, it's only, it's only 4,800 square feet. I mean,
Only
it's got to be for security guards. But I mean,
wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, the other house is 27,000 square feet. So who knows?
27,000 square feet.
That's crazy. The neighborhood. Oh, he could have lived next to, or he was in the same neighborhood as Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner, as well as
Really
Barack and Michelle Obama. So
interesting.
I don't know a lot about Washington D.C., but it seems like if you want to meet some celebrities and famous people,
You got to go there.
go to Colorama, D.C. So then the next one that broke the national record for most expensive house in Beverly Hills is the Harry Warner estate for $165 million.
This thing looks ridiculous. It's just like a
Yeah.
palace.
You're just paying.
Like,
Look at that driveway.
yeah.
It's like you're in a
Uh,
magical forest.
Imagine how much it costs.
The landscaping.
Yeah, to take care of the yard and pay someone to come by. And
Go to image 3. Like that entrance that floor.
the floor is interesting.
Yeah.
I've never seen. It almost looks like it's a fake plasticky wood.
Yeah, but it
But
also looks like stone
yeah, it's
a little bit.
crazy.
Oh, and then you got the cobblestone right up to the front door. What a terrible life he lives. That's a
The
pretty big
kitchen.
kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That I like the stone wall too. It's very the whole theme of this house is like one with nature type.
hmm Just like when Bill Gates goes on a whole week once a year and just reads books at like his like in some like place that like no one's allowed to talk to him and he just reads
Yeah,
books. And that seems you could possibly do it here.
I would definitely do it there. I'd have no problem doing it
Yeah.
there.
Because you're really paying for the real estate or like
Hmm.
the land. So I mean 165 million for 12,000 square foot house is that's a pretty high price per square foot.
I mean, you got to think though. There's no way that wasn't built with like the most expensive materials, and
Yeah.
obviously land there is pretty expensive because well,
I mean it is also it was built in 1923 for the
okay,
Warner Harry Warner.
yeah, could be paying for the name too,
Yeah.
just because it was him.
Oh, it's got two guest houses.
It's got waterfalls, a tennis court, tree-lined cobblestone driveway, and a courtyard with an outdoor fireplace.
Ooh, look at the image 9, the library.
It's
Sometimes you just
huge.
gotta have a nice library. That desk is nice. I'm wondering like how how long he lives in these per year, like each house.
If he even lives in them,
Yeah.
he might just have them just to have them, you know?
As I think and I'm sure the biggest place has got to be in I mean he paid 165 million for it, so I hope he's getting the most use out of this one. Oh, the bedrooms are crazy.
I would love to know exactly what you were saying, how long he stayed in each one of them. What do you do? You got that many houses. It's not a pain to keep moving. Like
So investments.
seems like you
Uh,
just take vacation there for a week or two.
Then I think this other one, the Spanish style mansion, North Alpine Drive,
Mm-hmm.
25 million. Uh,
Solar powered, 7 bedroom, seven
yeah,
bathroom
you know,
mansion.
might as well just buy another one in Beverly Hills.
You already got one. Why not have another?
Ha oh, wait, this house is like, it says the off-market deal added a half acre to his existing 2 acres. Does that mean it's right
Jeez,
next? Does that mean it's right next to the Warner estate?
I can't tell from the picture.
On the two estate, there were 4 gardens. A sunk
I'm
the tennis court, swimming pool. Oh wait, yeah. And then North Alpine Drive. All right, so the
oh,
next
on
one.
Sunset Boulevard.
Oh wait, what were you gonna say?
I said the other one's on Sunset Boulevard. Doesn't look like they're
Yeah,
close.
yeah, I think it's still in Beverly Hills though.
Yeah.
And then for Blue Origin, which is his space company, he's got a ranch in Texas, 30,000 acres.
Now that's interesting because I actually did not know that he had a space company.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No,
Yeah, and then he's got like a whole yacht for it as well that he named after his mom.
Blue Origin.
Yeah, he
Interesting.
it's space. Jeff Bezos is SpaceX, or yeah,
His version of it.
his version of it.
It's funny how all the people with money are all trying to get to space.
Uh, I mean, Lily, you can like be miles and miles away from like the part where the rockets take off,
Yeah,
and still be on your property.
yeah. I mean, 30,000 acres.
God, that is a lot. Oakfront, and you don't you don't get any images of it.
No, of course not. You just have the Google Maps photo. Corn Ranch. I mean,
Corn
can't
Ranch.
even can't even tell how big that is. It just looks like a zoomed out picture of a random location.
Yeah, like because it was a $64 million mansion in Newport Beach. It was so nice. And then this billionaire buys it, and all the images of it get removed from
Of course.
everywhere. I'm like, see, people of wealth like privacy. But I mean,
He
he
wants
only, what were you gonna say?
it says he wants his family to have a chance to live on the ranch.
Oh yeah, because he worked on a ranch with his,
Yeah,
oh
his
right.
grandfather.
Oh right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, and it says it there. Yeah.
Ranches in the area go for 1,400 an acre. So it's estimated he paid 50 million for his for 30,000 acres.
50 million.
Just Jeff Bezos paid a premium apparently.
Yeah. Probably could some sentimental value probably. Oh yeah, he only paid $200 more an acre. But I mean when you buy
When you
30,000
yeah,
acres,
that's
adds up some.
that's about 600 no 6 million.
Yeah.
6 million more.
And then the next one is in Washington, Medina, Washington, Evergreen Point. Oh, man, he had this one for a while. 1998,
Now,
5.3 acres.
but it's 20,600 square feet. 5 bed, 4 bath.
Gotta have some big houses for a big personality and a lot of money.
It's crazy. I wonder what
28
other
million in renovations.
my gosh. He only paid 10 million for it. Imagine putting twice as much as you built it or bought it
Three
for.
times for a total of $88 million spent on the estate. 118 million adjusting for inflation.
I wonder how much it's worth now. They say it's worth what now? 10.
That's
Well, he only
he
bought it
put
for 10 million, so
I think that's wrong. It's going to be worth 88 or however much money equity you put into it, or like renovations.
it's gotta be. There's no way all the money you put into it just went out down the toilet and just
Yeah, I'm
oh
sure
yeah,
it's stuff
like
like new kitchens and that's it. Like putting equity in it, which raises
yeah.
the price of it. So I think that's wrong. But Washington's going to get a new wealth tax, and if it gets passed, he's going to be paying 2 billion a year off of the wealth tax.
Jeez. Oh
That's a
man.
lot. I feel
That's
like.
more money than most people make in their entire lifetime.
God, that's a lot more than most people that make in their lifetimes. But like, I feel like that is a lot for him because most of his money's in the stocks.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sure. I'm
also,
sure he's making like 50 billion.
well, a lot of these billionaires and millionaires, you see them, and they own a company, but they own all these shares. That's where all their net worth comes from.
Yeah,
They can't actually just go and dump those shares because if they do, it'll tank. It's very difficult to get rid of
yeah.
that large amount.
And there's also
Typically,
laws against it too.
yeah,
Like part of like their LLC or whatever type of company they got.
I'm pretty sure you have to have set like periods where you say, okay, we're
Oh
going to sell
yeah,
X amount of shares every year until
I just saw something
so
on
and so.
Elon that he gets like
Yeah,
options every couple years. That's
to
what that
sell.
Yeah, that's that 700 million bonus was from SpaceX
Yep.
last year, yeah.
It's just an opportunity once a year to sell a predetermined amount.
I mean, I'm sure the dude can afford it,
Yeah.
but I feel like that is a big part of his thing.
Still an insane amount to pay in taxes.
Yeah. So going on stocks and uh just shares. We're gonna go to Bumble IPO'd on 2/11/21, and their IPO was going to be at 45 million shares at $37 to $39 a share. And then when the market opened, it went up as much as 85%, which is crazy. But I think then
That sounds like some GameStop stuff right there.
I don't know.
AMC.
I don't know why it rose up so much.
Well, personally, so for me, that number doesn't sound crazy because I'm used to like the cryptocurrency stuff. And like
Yeah,
most of the IPOs, well, they call them ICOs, initial coin offering,
yeah,
instead of initial price offering. The ICOs, you buy them and you get your stuff. And then as soon as they hit the market, you would shoot up 100, 200%, and then crash
jeez.
right after because you had
Yeah,
all these people who forgot and they went in and bought up. And then everyone else who knew it was coming would sell it, and for the first like few months when these new companies were coming out, it was super popular. Everyone was doing this. So this just reminds me of like back when 2016 when Bitcoin just started taking off and going crazy and all these IPOs were coming out. Just 80 those numbers just remind me of 5 years ago. But went from 2.15 billion worth to 14 billion in one day.
uh,
That's insane.
so I mean, not technically, she became a billionaire in like one day, but
Technically she did.
yeah, not like totally, but not all the work
Yeah.
before that, but she rose up to over a billion in one day.
That's
Because also, yeah,
go ahead.
it closed at 70.31 the first day, and I was thinking it was
Yeah.
just gonna like crash after, or like not crash, but it was gonna go way
Yeah.
below that next, like today, but it didn't, and it closed at around $75, which I was surprised at.
Now we're talking about Bumble, the dating app.
Yeah,
Why did they just do their IPO? Was there a reasoning for that, or were they trying to raise capital for something?
I think it's that because they raised the 2.15 billion, which was their
Yeah,
shares, and then, to be honest, I don't know why they IPO'd. I think it's because of their subscriptions, because they were making revenue off of it.
interesting.
Then also,
Are they?
what were we gonna say?
I didn't know if they were doing like distributions or not distributions. What is it called?
Dividends?
Dividends. Yes.
I think
Why did
they.
I
Oh
think?
yeah, yeah. So then Blackstone owns like the parent company to Bumble,
Yeah,
and I think they bought like $9 billion, or like they have like a lot of money in the parent company and Bumble. And then
yeah.
from the dividends, the first day they made 2.3 billion
My gosh,
from the dividends.
just from dividends.
Can't compete with Shoresman.
Imagine. I don't know. That's what I would love to have. Just so much money in stocks to the point where you're just making thousands like every month for doing nothing.
Thousands. Shoresman's making
He's making hundreds of
millions a month.
yeah, millions. Like, I mean, most people's paycheck
It's like
is in the thousands every month,
in the
you know.
thousands.
So like to be able to make someone's paycheck in just dividends is just crazy. It's
Yeah.
just so crazy. And obviously you can make much more than just thousands as this shows right here.
Yeah. I mean,
And
also part of it is like why it also made headlines was because, I mean, the CEO of it is 31 years old, and it's a woman, which
yeah,
is,
which does not happen
yeah, it's
very
not
often.
often. And I love to see women CEOs and entrepreneurs doing good like this.
It's great to increase the diversity.
I wish more women would become entrepreneurs. I think it's
Very, very rare, but it's
yeah,
definitely seen more and more nowadays,
yeah.
which is good.
Great. All right, guys, that is the end of the episode. Thank you very much. Hope you have a good day. Peace out, guys.
Catch you guys later.